The real reason Zhang Jingyi stays unshakable. Career, mindset, and raw everyday authenticity. Here's a fun fact about growth. The moment someone stops doing what's easy for them and starts doing what excites them, something really good happens. That's exactly the energy Zhang Jingyi is bringing right now, and honestly, it's a joy to watch unfold. Every industry has its comfortable lanes. In Chinese entertainment, a young actress with expressive, soulful eyes gets handed the delicate, melancholic beauty roles pretty much automatically. Soft lighting, wistful stares, a touch of poetic sadness. It's a lovely aesthetic, no doubt, but Zhang Jingyi clearly decided she had way more to give than that one note, and she went out and proved it, one role at a time. That's the story worth celebrating here. Not another round of praise for her ethereal, tender look. You already know she's gorgeous, everyone does, but a genuine cheer for the range she's been unlocking, chapter by chapter, choice by choice, turning a gift into a whole toolbox. Having a face and presence that reads as naturally emotional on camera is a real gift. Directors love it, and audiences connect with it instantly. The exciting part is what Zhang Jingyi chose to do with that gift. Instead of settling into it, she used it as a launchpad for something much bigger. There's a lovely, energetic restlessness in her recent choices. She's been diving into roles with real texture, small-town girls who are stubborn and a little reckless, city women whose love and frustration come out blunt and honest instead of poetically restrained. No soft focus filter needed, no built-in tragic backstory required. Just vivid, relatable, everyday women, the kind you'd spot and immediately recognize from your own circle of friends, your own family gatherings, your own commute home. And that's genuinely impressive because playing ordinary so that it feels extraordinary is a real skill. It means building a character's charm and depth completely from scratch, scene by scene. No shortcuts, all craft. There's no built-in sympathy card to play, no tragic music cue to lean on. Every laugh, every flash of stubbornness, every small victory has to be earned in the moment. Watching her pull that off, again and again, is one of the most satisfying things happening in the industry right now. It also says something lovely about her as a person, not just as a performer. Choosing the harder, less flattering path, the path with more risk of falling flat, takes a kind of quiet self-belief. She's betting on her own craft rather than her most obvious asset, and so far, that bet keeps paying off beautifully. The magic is in the small details. Pay attention to how she acts, not just the big, shareable emotional peaks that get clipped and shared online, but the quieter, in-between moments, and you'll catch her doing something wonderful. She trusts the tiny stuff. A half-smile that doesn't quite land, a pause before she answers just a beat too long to be comfortable, hands that fidget just slightly, like they've got a mind of their own. These small, precise choices are where her talent really shines, and they reward a close, attentive watch, the kind of viewing experience that gets richer the second and third time around. It's a beautifully confident approach. Big dramatic outbursts are the easy applause line, flashy, unmistakable, instantly satisfying, guaranteed to trend on social media the next morning. Choosing restraint instead shows real trust in her audience. She believes we'll catch the flicker in her eyes without needing a full meltdown to spell it out for us. That's a generous assumption to make about the people watching, and it pays off because audiences do rise to meet it. And when that subtlety lands, it lands warmly. It feels like recognizing a real person, someone holding it together at a family dinner or on a crowded bus, the way people actually do in everyday life. Not a movie moment engineered for maximum impact, but something closer to a memory. That's a wonderfully generous kind of performance, and it's part of why audiences keep coming back for more, scene after scene, project after project. There's also a kind of playfulness underneath the discipline. Watch closely enough and you'll notice little flashes of humor tucked into otherwise serious scenes. A raised eyebrow, a barely there smirk. The sort of texture that reminds you these are living, breathing characters, not sketches of an emotion. That range, sliding between warmth, stubbornness, humor, and vulnerability, sometimes within a single scene, is exactly what separates a performer from a true actress, choosing scripts and real life over the spotlight treadmill. In an industry where staying visible often means chasing variety, show appearances, and manufactured viral moments, Zhang Jingyi's choice to spend her time differently says a lot about her priorities, and it's a genuinely refreshing one. She'd rather read scripts and simply observe people, soaking up all the little quirks and rhythms of real human behavior, than perform a version of herself for a reality camera. Picture it for a second. While some of her peers are polishing witty one-liners for a talk show couch, she's more likely people watching at a noodle stall, clocking the way a stranger laughs, or the exact way someone's shoulders drop when they're relieved. That's not a small thing, that's raw material. Every gesture she borrows from real life ends up feeding back into a performance somewhere down the line. And audiences can feel that authenticity even when they can't quite name why a scene feels so true. It's a patient, thoughtful approach to a career, and it's clearly paying off. While plenty of actors chase this week's trending topic, she's quietly building a body of work with real staying power. The kind of foundation that keeps getting more interesting with every new role, rather than flattening out into a single marketable image. 10 years from now, that's the kind of career that ages beautifully, the kind people look back on and say, she was building something real the whole time. What audiences are loving about this? Talk to fans who follow her closely, and you'll notice the conversation has shifted in the best possible way. It's less wow, she's so beautiful and sad, and more fans pointing to specific, almost reverent detail. Not she cried so well, but the way she paused before she answered, like she was deciding whether to lie. That kind of attentiveness is a sign of an audience that has started watching her the way you watch a craftsperson, not just a celebrity. It means people are responding to her craft, not just her looks. They're talking about her choices, her instincts, her range. And that's exactly the kind of appreciation that builds a long, beloved career. There's something wonderfully warm about watching an audience fall for an actress's skill rather than just her aesthetic. It turns admiration into genuine connection. And that connection is a gift both ways. For her, because it means the work is landing exactly as intended, and for everyone watching, because they get to feel truly seen by a performance, instead of just dazzled by it. A career built one honest choice at a time. What's especially fun to track is how deliberate all of this feels. This isn't an actress stumbling into range by accident. It reads like a clear, confident plan. Choose the role that stretches you. Skip the easy press cycle. Trust the quiet moments. Let real life do half the research. Repeat. That kind of consistency over enough years starts to compound. Each new character borrows a little confidence from the last one. Each small risk that pays off makes the next, bigger risk feel a little more possible. It's the actorly equivalent of compound interest, and it's genuinely exciting to watch play out in real time, one project at a time. The bigger, brighter picture talent gets you noticed, but what turns talent into a lasting, beloved career is the courage to keep growing, and that's exactly what makes Zhang Jingyi's journey so exciting to follow. Plenty of young actors could easily coast on one appealing note for years, collecting comfortable praise and comfortable paychecks. She chose the more adventurous, more rewarding path instead, stretching into new textures, new women, new corners of everyday life, one unglamorous, wonderful role at a time. The real magic trick isn't looking beautifully sad on cue. It's disappearing into someone wonderfully ordinary, and making an audience feel like they've met her before, carrying a little piece of that character with them long after the credits roll. Thinking about her on their own commute home, recognizing her in a stranger's stubborn jaw or a friend's tired laugh, that's a harder trick, sure, but it's also a far more joyful and rewarding one to master. And from where things stand right now, watching her build this out role by role, choice by choice, patience by patience, she's just getting started. Which might be the most exciting part of all.